What's the difference between surrendering to the will of God in suffering and what you're saying about acceptance of what is? Are you surrendering to will of God, or are you surrendering yourself to what you consider God? What you know is not the real. If you surrender to a higher will, then higher is the projection of your own thought. There is gratification and comfort in such surrender. But conflict and sorrow come to an end only through awareness and understanding. To understand what is, there must be awareness. There must be a passive intelligence and not surrender to a formulation, however satisfying. To understand what is, effort is a hindrance. For effort, as I pointed out, exists only when there is distraction. To understand what is, there must be no distraction, no effort. To understand what you are saying, I must not be distracted. I must give my whole attention. It is extremely arduous to be aware what is. For our very thinking has become a distraction. We consider what is with prejudice, with bias in its favor or against it, with condemnation or identification. What is the actual, the real. To desire to change it is to run away from what is. Only in understanding what is there a fundamental transformation. To understand what is, conflict of opposite must cease. For opposite is negative continuation of what is. The becoming which ceases or which creates the opposite. The becoming is denial of what is. To understand arrogance, distraction of its opposite must cease. Effort of becoming, positively or negatively, must come to an end. If feeling that is termed as arrogance is not named, then that feeling withers away. The response, pleasant or unpleasant, to a challenge withers away if it's not named. But as I pointed out, love is utterly different. If love is opposite of hate, then it withers away. This desire to accept what is again wrong approach. There is acceptance only when there is desire to become. A fact doesn't demand acceptance. When there is compulsion to evade what is, then there is urge to accept it. To understand what is needs passive awareness. Mind that is caught in net of time is translating what is in terms of past and future. So is incapable of understanding what is. A mind that is seeking escapes distractions, however worthy and subtle, cannot understand what is. Without understanding what is, life is a constant conflict, constant pain. Without being aware of significance of what is, the real is not. Without the real, there is no joy, no happiness.